Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I thought I could do it. I thought I could get through 2020 to the end without a rant. But the latest story has me so angry and upset. And just want to, for the first time in my life, just rage on Parliament Hill or on the Ontario legislature and just freak out on somebody. And I think you guys might understand why when I tell you. So I think it's fair to say that everybody is tired of COVID. COVID this, COVID that, the numbers are this, you gotta do this, you gotta wear a mask, you can't wear a mask, you gotta go on lockdown, you have a hard time businesses, oh, hospitals are overrun, don't travel, cruises can't go on, oh my God. We are so sick and tired of it. You can't go to a movie theater, you can't do this, you can't do that. We are fed up, right? We've had it up to here and we are just... right? Okay, that's how most of us feel. I'm pretty sure almost everybody feels that way. And we've seen some really dumb people do some really dumb things during this entire pandemic. Remember when all the celebrities went out and they sung Imagine to make us all feel better about being on lockdown and think... you guys are in your $1 million homes and we're in our 1-bedroom apartments. It's not the same thing on lockdown. It's not the same thing at all. Our bank accounts don't have money to pay for food and everything when we lose our jobs. But you know what? You know what? That wasn't malicious. They weren't trying to be evil. They were trying to do something nice. So I'll give them a pass on that. It was tone deaf, but it wasn't, they weren't being jerks. They were just trying to do something nice. So yeah, completely give them a pass. And then how about the mayor who decided, no, you guys are all on lockdown and you guys can't go anywhere and hair salons are locked down. Oh, but you know what? I need to get my hair done. And she went and got her hair done and then defended it by saying, well, you know what? I'm a public figure. And people expect me to look good on camera, so that's why I got my hair cut. But you guys don't need to look good. You guys can look as ugly as possible. I don't care, but I have to look good. Give me a break, Mayor. That was the stupidest thing. You're an idiot. Come on, that's dumb. Learn to cut it yourself, for God's sake. But now I get into something that has been really frustrating. As you know, going into the holidays, a lot of states, and here in Canada especially, we have been told you can't spend holidays with loved ones. You can't visit people. You can't visit Christmas with anybody in your household. You can't have New Year's with anybody outside of your household. You can't see your mother. You can't see your father. You can't see your grandkids. You can't see anybody unless you live with them. And also, you can't travel. Do not travel. Traveling anywhere is... you can't even drive to another city. That's a no-no. Do not do that. So they shut down all the businesses. They shut down everybody. Complete lockdown across Ontario, whether you have cases of the virus or not. Because other places in the Ontario has a lot of cases, and they're afraid those people are going to travel to places that don't have COVID because they're open. So they shut everybody down, to the point where 1/3 of Ontario businesses say, well, during this lockdown, that's it. We may never, ever open again now because of this extra lockdown. And we are all, a lot of us said, well, should we break that? Should we still have our kids over? And Ontario issued, well, you know what? If you do it and you have a gathering in your house, you could be fined up to $6,000 for doing that. So most of us just didn't do it. We just stayed home and we obeyed the rules like good Canadians do. We decided, we're in this together. The Ontario government, that's their big slogan, right? We're in this together, everybody. We're fighting it together. Stay strong. We're in it together. only way we can win is to be there together. Well, apparently the finance minister of Ontario couldn't give a damn about the rest of us. He's part of that COVID committee, by the way, who is telling everybody to stay home and the businesses have to go on lockdown, and he's the one who decides how much support money these businesses get and things like that. Well, the Ontario legislature shut down around, I think, the 7th or 8th of December, and on the 13th of December, him and his wife flew off to the Caribbean out to St. Bart's. Yeah. You know that non-essential travel no one's allowed to do, no one's supposed to do? Well, our finance minister in Ontario decided, well, that's not rules for him. That's not good. No, I can do that. Now, here's the really disgusting part, is he tried to hide it from everybody. That's right. When anyone ever called his office said, well, he's just out of the office during the Christmas holidays. He's just out of the holidays. He'll be returning in January after his break from Parliament. Oh, well, yeah, that was good. And then we see some tweets on his social media page saying, today I bought maple syrup from a local distributor. That's right, support local businesses, everybody. And then we see another tweet of him, I visited a manufacturing plant today to see how the COVID restrictions are, how they've arranged everything so they can continue working during COVID and how great of a job they're doing. Yeah, and then to top it all off, there was a Christmas Eve one of him sitting in a chair with a book, looking like an old man reading "'Twas a Night Before Christmas" to everybody, to the kids at bedtime, and telling everybody how they should stay safe and not get together during the holidays, as hard as it is, and to see your loved ones on Zoom and on basically on your computer and on your phone. That's how you should visit your relatives during the holidays. And, remember those who can't even do Zoom because they're not here anymore because of COVID. And it was a very heartwarming. Very heartwarming. I felt so touched. We're in this together. Of course, when that was playing, he was sipping Mai Tais in St. Bart's on the beach in a luxury resort. So I guess we're in it, but he's over there. He's not in it. He's not. No, we're in it together, but I'm going away. And he tried to hide it. And it came out. Even the Premier of Ontario didn't know where he was. He didn't even tell his boss where he was going. And when he gets discovered, he issues his first tweet. And his first tweet says, I left for a private holiday that I had arranged before we knew we were going into lockdown on December 26th. And, had I known we were going into lockdown, I would have canceled the trip, but we didn't know at that time, so we kept our trip. Except the travel restrictions were still there. Toronto was still in lockdown at that time. Businesses were still closed at that time. We're not supposed to do unnecessary travel anywhere, even in Canada. Toronto to Ottawa, if it's unnecessary, don't do it. That's what we're told by his government, that he's part of the task force doing. And he still went on his trip. And then he tweets about 8 hours later saying, I deeply regret my decision to go on my trip. It was a mistake, and I am making arrangements to get back to Ontario as soon as possible, where I will follow all the health protocols, including a 14-day quarantine when I get back home. Because that's why we're upset. We're upset because we were afraid he wasn't going to follow the rules when he gets back home. And by the way, the only reason he's canceling his trip is because our premier called him up and said, get your butt back in Ontario now. because he would have still been there till later on in January. So that we have, and this is the finance minister who is telling businesses they have to stay closed, yet tweeting, support local business, everybody. Well, he didn't support local business. He flew to St. Bart's and spent all his holiday money in St. Bart's, for God's sake. What kind of an idiot does that? So you can tell it's frustrating. We are told, personally, I've lost a lot of money this year. How many people have bought travel that I've made any money for this year as a travel agent? The big goose egg, everybody, right? And who knows how long it's going to be before all travel agents in Ontario or travel hotels and everybody makes money again. And this person locks all these small businesses that are going to go under and going bankrupt, and he's in charge of it. And he goes on holidays for weeks in St. Bart's when you're not supposed to even leave your house. Can you feel the frustration? And no wonder people are now getting angry when this is the kind of leadership we're getting. And I'm not talking, I don't care what political party you belong to. I don't care what country you belong to. If this is your leader doing something like that, he doesn't deserve to be your leader. He's an idiot. And there's two ways to look at it. One, he was sneaky and hiding it and trying to get away with something and not let anyone find out. And that is really horrible. To purposely try and mislead people with tweets and things like that to look like you're still here in Ontario and you're supporting everybody, and but you're on holidays and hope you can get away with it. And nobody knows. Shh. I'm going to get away with it. Or he didn't see anything wrong with it, which is just as dumb and just as stupid as a leader telling people to not have Christmas with people or New Year's with other people. Don't visit your grandkids. Don't visit your mother. Don't visit your grandmother. And then goes to St. Bart's on a holiday. Which one of those two makes you the better person? I think they both make you dumb. And so I'm not one to say anyone should ever lose their job. But he arrives back in Ontario today, and Doug Ford, our Premier of Ontario, should be sitting there on the tarmac with a little letter in his hand saying, "You're fired. You have lost the trust of the people and especially the businesses that you represent. You're the finance minister in charge of business for Ontario. You told them to lock down, close their doors, make no money, and then traveled on a holiday vacation that you weren't supposed to do, that you're telling everybody else not to do." Unbelievable. I can't believe, I just can't believe it. I just want to reset the world. Just reset it all. Fire everybody in charge and start again. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I just had to say this. I know it really doesn't have anything to do with cruising, but it kind of shows how stupid life has been in 2020 when we have people like this guy, Rod Phillips, our finance minister, doing the exact thing that he's telling everybody else not to do while ruining the lives and livelihoods and dreams, basically, of small businesses in his own province. Because you know what? The taxpayers are paying his salary, and we keep paying his salary no matter what. Well, as of today, I hope we don't pay his salary anymore, because I hope we just do something about it. This cannot be tolerated. It cannot be tolerated that we have somebody that tone deaf to the situation. Well, Again, I'm sorry I had to do this rant. It's what I do. I make videos and I travel and I can't travel. So this is the video you got today. Well, I promise you a better, happier video tomorrow. I promise. Fingers across, because you never know what's going to happen in 24 hours. You just don't in this world, in this crazy year that it's been. But come on, 2021. Come on. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're sorry about the rant, maybe hit the subscribe button for actual cruising videos and travel videos in the future, and the odd rant once in a while. I'm sorry. Oh boy. Well, until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation. I guess, Rod Phillips, since you're the only one allowed to do so.